Hi, it's Christine from Hollis Hands Create. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch and some other crafty endeavors now and again. This is floss tube number 40 and it's Sunday, October 16th, and it's right around noon. It's been forever and a day. I hope that everyone has been well. My life has been extremely chaotic and busy over the last couple of months. Last time I filmed, I believe it was July 24th, something like that, 26th, somewhere around in there, right before our packing extravaganza and move and everything just like crazy over the last couple of months. Got a new haircut, took about 4 inches, I guess, off of the bottom of it. This is my winter do. I like it. I don't think my husband was real thrilled. I got the typical, oh, your hair looks nice, and then that was it. So I think he preferred it longer, but I really like it and I'm happy with it. So, and it's my hair. We're in our new house, not new, but new to us house. Hoping this is my forever house. I am, as we make changes and we make it our own, I am loving it more and more. We've got quite a few things that we've had done. It's a 2-story with a finished walkout basement. Downstairs is where my shop is located, in the basement. It's a very large rectangular type room with a couple of jut outs in different places and some sliders and that go out onto the deck, and then a freestanding brick fireplace in the center that's a see-through fireplace. So I have one whole side, which is right in front of, or where the sliders are. So I've got lovely natural light and I can walk out onto the deck. And anyway, so that's where I relocated the shop. But we had to get in new carpet. When the people left, they had 2 little dogs, and sometimes little dogs, you know, can be prone to to pee on furniture legs and things like that. And these 2 did. Things that you didn't quite see, and I guess they did a pretty good job of masking any kind of smell, but when I had to have the appointment for the carpet cleaners to come in before we moved in, and it just brought it all up out of the pad. So I was like, look. So anyway, oh, sorry about that. We quickly scheduled and had new carpet put in. There was a tremendous amount of wall damage. The house had definitely been well decorated, over decorated, floor to ceiling, and those are 12-foot ceilings in that basement, and literally she had decor all the way to the ceiling. So there was a lot of wall damage. So we had a painter come in, repair all the walls and paint, and it looks so good down there, and I'm really enjoying it and very happy. And so anyway, it's it's one of those things, as you can see behind me, kind of yellowishy beige top, kind of a drab green on the bottom with a chair rail. I'm sitting in the dining room because I don't have my craft room ready. The light is not real great in some of the areas that I would normally probably like to film in, because we've got tremendous amount of trees, very mature trees on this lot, but that's one of the things I love. It sometimes doesn't lend itself to real good natural light. So anyway, I'm sitting kind of in the dining room. I've got a box here that I'm still working on unpacking. It's all my framed cross stitch. I had 2 boxes, and this room's going to get a complete redo before everything goes up. And so anyway, I'm sitting in here, and we'll see, see how this goes, right? Let me kind of move along. Whips and finish. Well, let me stop. First, thank you for visiting with me. If you're a return viewer, thank you for coming back. Thanks for being patient and hanging in with me while I've been away for a while. And if you're a first-time viewer, I hope that you'll stay, and I hope that you'll like the video and subscribe and hit the bell for future notifications of any other videos that might be coming down the way. Let's get to the cross stitch. That's what you're here for. My book of days is looking pretty plain Jane. Gosh, I have to go back to August. August, I was monogamous. A monogamous stitcher for the month of August. Can you believe that? All you see is EQ, 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 equality, equality, and then it just became EQ because I was on a mission to meet my self-imposed deadline to finish Equality Sampler before the move. My actual deadline would have been Labor Day, but I knew that when we took possession at the end of August, that was going to be it for stitching. And so I was on a mission to get it finished. And I did. I finished at 11:55 on August 31st. Here is the Equality Sampler. This was my third of Paulette's patriotic Rhode Island style samplers that I have stitched 3 summers in a row, starting on Memorial Day, ending on Labor Day. So there's that one. And here is my finish. I completely love those urns. I told Paulette out of the 3 samplers so far, these are my favorite urns. I really, really love those. But I was very, very happy with how this came out. And I've just been waiting to show it to you before I send it off for framing. And there it is. So very excited about it. Thank you for all of those who made very nice comments and rooted me on to my finish. And anyway, I'm very excited. I can't wait to have all 3 of them up on the wall together. So that was exciting. Then I didn't do anything for the first little bit of September. We took possession on the 31st of August, and then flip the page. September is just about as boring as you can get. There it is. Start out with 1 sticker, and that's not even a sticker, that's on the book, and then that was the end of that. So I didn't get to stitch for a little while, but I already had booked to go to the Quilter's Station Retreat, which is my local store here in the Kansas City area, Lee Summit. And so it started in the afternoon, late afternoon on Thursday the 8th. And I told my husband, we the movers had moved all the large furniture on the 6th. We were just doing nothing but unpacking. I told him, I said, I'm going for Thursday. Now, I didn't go on Friday at all. I just couldn't do it. We had the painter coming, and there was just too much going on. But then on Saturday, it was going to be Alma from Blackbird Designs and Teresa Kogut from Teresa Kogut Designs. And I told my husband, I said, I'm not missing Alma. I said, so I'm going on Saturday. So I did go down on Saturday, and all of my stuff was packed. The only thing that I even had out actually was the Equality Sampler, which was just finished, and that was just because I finished it so late. I just put it right into the bag and it got hand carried over. Everything else was in boxes. So I got a kit, as you know, at retreats, you get kits. And I got this kit. There we go. You can see it. Pernice Manor. Pernice is the Italian word for partridge. And Teresa just knocked it out of the park on this particular sampler. I absolutely love this big bird. And so, since this was given to us, obviously, as a kit, I was like, oh, well, I've got one all ready to go. I've got to have something to start stitching on. And so I guess I started this on Sunday the 11th. I'll show you here. And this is my progress so far. This is everything called for in the kit. Matter of fact, I just got my threads unpacked this last Friday upstairs. So it's on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha by Zweigart. And I really love this. When they passed around the model for us to look at, it just was so pretty. And it's not huge, so that's nice. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna start it. I'm not gonna just get these retreat kits and, you know, pack them away. Let's go ahead and start this one. So I did, and that was my progress. So I stitched on Pernice Manor for all of September. Yes, all of September. There were a couple of days I still didn't get any stitching in, but I did stitch on that all the way through September and all the way through the first week of October. And then I actually found my sticker book yesterday when I was digging through for some of my things to kind of get prepped for today. And I found my sticker book. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll add a few little stickers. Anyway, so I stitched on Pernice Manor the 1st through the 8th, which is a Saturday, with the exception of Sunday the 2nd. I did pull out Sparrow and put a little bit of stitching in, but not a tremendous amount. And since it was only one afternoon, I'll show that progress to you next time, because I will be stitching on it today, and I'm going to make a concerted effort to get back to having that as my Sunday stitch, because I really enjoy it. And it's so large, if you don't keep progress going, I'll never get it finished. So, but Sunday, the 9th, was my birthday. And so I was like, you know, I'm going to do a birthday start. I wasn't going to, and I thought, I'm doing a birthday start. So I went up to the craft room, which is actually the last room that we've been unpacking. There's painting to be done because that particular room, the walls were, you think these are yellow? Those 3 of those walls are like buttercup yellow, like really yellow. And the 4th wall is tangerine. And when I say tangerine, I mean tangerine. So I'm not doing anything in there until that room gets painted. So it may be just a little bit. I have been organizing this last week in the closet. I've got a great walk-in closet with shelving and all kinds of things, which is very nice. And it's extremely well lit in the closet, which is really nice, big can lights. And so I have been working in the closet. And I told my husband, I said, I'm just going to unpack from the closet out. And so it's nice. I've been working on getting all my craft binders, my stash, and all that stuff put away and organized, and I know where everything is. And so little by little, and then I hope to get back up and actually film from in there when I get that done. But I did go up, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to unpack. I know where my threads are, so I'm going to unpack my threads. Since I had been kind of unpacking my binders, I pulled out what I decided to stitch or begin as my birthday start. This one. I've had this a long time in my stash, and I really love the colors in it. I love those birds. It's Plum Street Sampler's Autumn Fraktur. I'll put that up there. You can see that one. And here's my progress. And I'm really enjoying stitching on this. I'm stitching this on 46 count paper bark from Fox and Rabbit. And I think it just looks really nice, really nice. It's a great, if you've not stitched on paper bark, it's really a beautiful sampler type linen. It's not too yellow. It's not gray. It's just really a nice linen. So that's my progress on Autumn Fraktur. So I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to get back to my sparrow for today, and then I'm going to switch. I'm going to pick Pernice Manor back up and work on it all this next week. And then Sunday, sparrow, and then I'm going to pick Autumn Fraktur back up. And I think if I do that, that gives me enough variety. I'm not getting bored with something. You know, hopefully I can get some finishes in. I told my son, Adam, which some of you may or may not know, he works with me in the shop. And I said to him, I think I need to have 2023 be a year of whips. And he just started laughing. I mean, he literally just started laughing at me. And I was like, okay, that's not very nice. But anyway, I am making a concentrated effort to be a little more focused about it. Oh, and I didn't show. Here's all of the threads that go with Autumn Fraktur. Really pretty. Now, it does call for piney woods. I'm going to show you what I did. Okay, see the difference there? That top one is piney woods, very brown. The one right below it is forest glade. So for the greens and the vine and the leaves, I switched to forest glade from piney woods. I got it out and it's just too brown. I just didn't like it. So anyway, so that's the change I did make there. Just FYI. Okay, you have to bear with me. I'm a little unorganized. You know, if you skip doing these, you get out of that routine and that pattern and kind of the flow. So I'm probably just a little disjointed and I apologize for that. But I'll get back to it. I've had just a tiny bit of haul, not much. I did happen to order some threads from Victorian Motto. They were having a sale and it popped up. Just a beautiful palette. It's called Prim Favorites. And it's 15 skeins. And I just thought the colors were all beautiful. And you buy 14 skeins, you get 1 skein for free. Just really, really nice. And her skeins, I want to say, I think they're like 20 yards. It's a lot. So anyway, I did buy that. And then when I was at Quilter Station, I don't think it was for retreat. I think it was for Stitch Club in mid-September. Rita had just gotten in some Picture This Plus. So I did buy a fat half of 40 count murky. So, and I think the main reason I wanted this was, first, it's going to be a while before my next Picture This Plus order even arrives, because it takes forever to get an order in. Maryland's still running about 10 months behind. But also 40 count is a little bit more difficult to get right now. Zweigert is behind getting certain different counts out. And so anyway, Rita had just gotten some in. Now that she's at Quilter Station, and I'm going to just show you the little corner square we got at the retreat, and also show it to you because it's got the phone number. And there is a new retreat being held in April. And if you are interested, it's 2 sessions, April 20th and 21st, April 22nd and 23rd, 2 sessions, 2 days each. 5 designers: Vicki Jeanette from Needlework Press, Lori Markovic from La Di Da, Stacy Nash with Stacy Nash Primitives, and then Ann and Pat from R&R Reproductions. So you can give a call And I believe as of yesterday, they did still have availability. And you can also ask, you know, and maybe they've got, I didn't even look at the fabric yesterday when I was there for Stitch Club, so they may or may not have had any more Picture This Plus, but you can always give a call, and I know that they mail packages out. Okay, so that was my tiny bit of haul. I did just this last, I don't know, week and a half or so, try to catch up on a few new floss tubers. So I'll just give a couple. I've not watched very much. I did watch my good friend Kathy Lounsbury. She's teamed up with another really nice lady, Nancy, and they are the So-and-Sos, S-E-W apostrophe N S-E-W-S, So-and-Sos. So if you haven't seen them, give them a shout. I think they just had maybe episode 5 just drop a couple days ago. I still have to watch that one. I did catch up on their first 4. Kathy is just amazingly creative, and her finishing, and she just stitches and stitches. And she also stitched, if you saw the Hello Halloween book from Teresa Kogut, and it had the Hello Halloween sampler on the front cover, Kathy stitched the model for that, and it's just really very stunning. So she's a great stitcher and a fantastic finisher. And then I caught up with Kathy and Peter Firth of the Pete's Biscuits fame. They started a floss tube, and I binged and watched all of theirs, and have now caught up with them. And so they're great as husband and wife doing the floss tubes. I enjoyed watching them. I think you would too. So go watch them. Okay, so what I wanted to do today, and it's 23 minutes, so I'm not going to take super long. I mentioned boxes. I'm down to my finished cross stitch in the boxes. And I was kind of unpacking, and I thought, you know, I'm going to show what I have in the boxes that are my framed finishes, and some of them are super old, and some of them are brand new. Or more recently framed. And I thought, well, you know, I'll just do a quick parade. And as I'm kind of trying to figure out where I want to create walls of maybe samplers, or I don't know, some people, you know, they'll be like, they have a patriotic wall, or they want to have, you know, whatever that theme is for that particular wall. I don't know what I want to do yet. So I thought, you know, I'll show you what I have to choose from. I'm going to be kind of laying things out. And, you know, as things get painted, I kind of want to choose paints even maybe that accent what I'm going to put into that room. And so I'd love to hear your comments. So let's get started. I'll just show you real quick. Some of these you might have just seen because they're probably the more recent. This one was Home of the Brave that I just had stitched this summer and had framed from Hands On Design. And in order to not be unpacking everything and have you hear all of that, I went ahead and pulled everything out of the paper. I'm just going to place them back in the box for now, because otherwise I'm going to have them all over and I won't even be able to get out of my chair. This one was framed at the same time as Home of the Brave, and this is Winter Rose Manor from Brenda Gervais with Fine Needle and Thread. Beautiful stitch, beautiful house. This was my birthday start and finish in the month of October 2 years ago. And it's Blackbird Designs at First Cock Crow. I really enjoyed stitching. I stitched this one with Becky, who's Socks for Mum. We both have October birthdays. Love, love, love this one. One of my favorites. And that one, since it's an October themed, I'm going to set it over here because I'm going to keep it out. Then there's the Redbird sampler or Cardinal sampler. I can't remember exactly the name. It was from Al Forrest Embroidery. And this was a stitch along I did with Chrissy, who's finally a farm girl. And again, just an absolutely beautiful sampler. And I framed this one myself in my Hobby Lobby $2.95 clearance aisle frame. So I love this one. Next was a Maggie Bononomy design that the ladies from Blackbird Designs incorporated into a cross stitch pattern. And it's called Union Forever. And I really, really love this one too. I love them all, otherwise I wouldn't have them, right? This is from Plum Street Samplers. This is, let me see, the glass doesn't glare here. Live the Neighbor. And I really stitched this one for that flower. And then I love that this went up the side. I think that's cool. The sideways house. Isn't that pretty? And here's an oldie oldie. And I believe this might even be book 1. Summers Remembered from Paula Vaughn. Back in the day, I collected all the Paula Vaughn leaflets. And right from number 1. And as soon as a new one would come out, I was right over to the, you know, Ben Franklin was one of the stores. Michael's. And I want to say, I don't remember if it was Lee Ward's or what the other one was, but I used to buy them. I used to go in and buy them. And that's even done on, I think, a 28 count even weave. So anyway, my own framing. I love it. So I keep it up. And this one, I don't remember. I want to say it's Little House Needleworks, but I can't remember exactly. But if you'll notice in here, it's fabric, needle, thread. I stitched it in 2019. But I don't remember the pattern name. This one, I have to get back so you can see this one. It says And Be Kind from Needlework Press. And this is the companion to Due Diligence. And I really love this one. So I can't wait to, I'm going to find a spot for this one down here for sure and go ahead and probably hang it. I'm sitting in the front room and the big double windows is right in front of me and people are walking their dogs past. If they look in, they're probably going to think I'm nuts because I'm new. So they know, you know, they don't know what I do and they're going to think I'm out of my mind. Okay. One of my other very favorite finishes is B is for Bunny from Lottie Da Designs. And this, I thoroughly enjoyed stitching this one as well. I love that bunny. I love those little eggs in the basket that he's carrying. Those were all done 1/1, tiny little things. Look at that. That's one of my all-time favorite designs from Lori. This is a finish from just this past season, this past Christmas season. My granddaughter, her name is Alaska Rose. She's named after my mom, who's Rosemary. And so this design is from Blackbird Designs. It's called Christmas Rose. So I put her initials in, ARQ, Alaska Rose Quadrini. And I put 2020 in for the year she was born. And I really love this one. And hopefully someday she will love it too. She'll know that I stitched it, you know, for her. This one is from the Songbird series from Cottage Garden Samplings. This is Autumn Dream. And I stitched this with all the called for and on the sanguine, the Weeks sanguine linen that was called for. Really love this one. Love that bittersweet. It's really pretty. A cool pumpkin. Reminds me of Cinderella's pumpkin carriage. We'll leave that one out as well because it's going to go up. Then we have the Friendship Sampler, Jenny Bean's Friendship Sampler. This is from Shakespeare's Peddler. I was inspired to stitch this one by seeing it on the wall, Deb's wall. Deb and Liz, the country stitchers, I think is their name of theirs, and she has it on her wall, and she was doing a tour, and I really love this. So I got it and stitched it. And Total Framing did the frame on this, and I super love that frame. This is a Plum Street Samplers, a Merry Heart. Look at that checkerboard reindeer. Isn't he cool? I love this one too. I leave this one up all winter. He's cool. I finished this one last year. This is Feast of Friendship from Blackbird Designs. And I did this in 2020. I did change the words. It's supposed to say Feast of Friendship in here, and I put Harvest of Plenty. And this is another one that I have left up year round. It's gorgeous. This one is one I stitched quite a while back. Well, I guess it's only 5 years old. Babe's Honey Farm. It's from Victoria Samplers. And I really love this one too. This is another one that I leave up all the time. Really cool. I love the way these band samplers tell a story. This one I stitched in 2021. And this is Coming to the Garden from Blackbird Designs. I love this. When I saw this pattern, you know how it just kind of grabs you, just kind of speaks to you. And that's the way this one did for me. Really love it. Come into the garden. This is the Little Deeds sampler from the Scarlet House. I stitched it in 2021. And it's just in an easel back frame. So it sits where on a, you know, before I've moved it to different places. But I like that it doesn't have to be on the wall. I can put it somewhere where I can see it. Because I just love I love the saying, I love the focus on kindness. So, Little Deed sampler. Getting towards the end. Another one from Blackbird Designs. This is Away We Ride. Look at the size of those birds sitting on that old crookedy house. So the birds look like they would knock the house down. It's really cool. And 2020. Well, at least 2020 is when I had it framed. I want to say I had it framed pretty quickly after I had it stitched. So, or maybe I stitched it in 2019, had it framed beginning of 2020. Something like that. I don't have my journal here. I'd have to get through my journal. Oh, here's an oldie in the worst frame job, and I just haven't taken it out. I actually I found this when I was unpacking some old boxes that never got unpacked at the other house. And it's like the worst thing you ever saw. But anyway, it's another Paula Vaughn. Look at that. Again on 28 count even weave. So that one's gonna have to get redone if it's gonna be out. This one I stitched for my grandma. My grandma raised African violets, and I think this was a Paula Vaughn, and I believe it's called Violets for You. So I stitched it and gave it to her, and gosh, that was a long time ago. She passed away in 2000, so it had to be probably in the early 90s, right around 90, something like that. And so when she passed away, I got it back. Here's another one that I found in a box of old stuff that never was unpacked. Sorry for that glare. It's another Paula Vaughn. Don't remember the name of the leaflet. Here's one I stitched, I believe, in 1988. My husband and I got married in 1986, and I stitched this, it was either 87 or 88, for his mom. And it hung in the hallway of their house until she passed away in 2001. 2000. Somewhere around, she passed in 2000. I think it's 2000. And so I ended up with it back. Look at that. Boy, can you tell the late 1980s. Mauve. Everything done in mauve. Here's another oldie with a self-framing job. This is one of the short stacks, Halloween stack from Waxing Moon Designs. It's still pretty cute, but I really should like turn it into a pillow or something. I think it's like on a 28 Lugana. Oh, jeez. Okay, here's one that I stitched. I have two sisters. I don't know if I can get, I guess I'm right between the two, the glare. So I stitched this one, kind of me and my sisters. It's an old one. I believe the last one, I've shown you this recently. This is Dreaming of Tulips from Rosewood Manor. And I picked my own colors with this one. She has done it all in the reds in this color palette. So I did leave that the way it was, but then I picked all my own colors for all the rest of the tulips. Flowers. So Dreaming of Tulips. Okay. Okay. Glendon Place, Sleepy Hollow. So sorry about that crash. Maybe I'll edit that part out. Glendon Place, Sleepy Hollow. I had just shown you these. This is a new constellation. Plum Street Samplers. And Heritage Sampler from New Constellation, or from Plum Street Samplers. I was afraid that might happen when you get too many things. And then last but not least, my husband's been working on the East Coast, as I'm sure you've heard me say. And he is now in Pennsylvania, and he is going to estate sales and auctions and flea markets and things because that's his kind of favorite pastime. And he's in a fantastic area for antiques. And he purchased this for me. Oh, the glare is brutal. There, can you see that? Maria Anna brand. It's a German sampler. I've been able to look up some of the information. Down here, it says Dorf Broselton, 1858. All along here, the bottom, she was practicing her different stitches that she used within the sampler. So he was able to get this for me. So that's another one that I'll be hanging. So anyway, love that. He actually has a couple more for me, but I don't have them here yet in hand. So, okay, I think that was it. Nothing else has crashed on the floor. So that's good. Let me kind of rearrange again here. Okay, two more things quick. I have a little bit of shop news, and then I have some giveaways. So let me go through shop news. Expo went really well. It was a little chaotic for me because it was the weekend before I was ready to close the shop and get ready for the relocation, but it was still really good. Kathy Barrick's designs were awesome. For my customers, and that was probably my best, the best response to a designer's releases. In addition to probably Strawberry Fair. If you haven't seen Strawberry Fair, go take a look at that. That's October House Fiber Arts, and that one is really sweet too. Lovely little bird. So that went well. There is a section in the shop marked specifically for Expo 2022. If you want to go take a look at some of the designs in there, go ahead. And I've got some new releases coming. I sent out a newsletter about them just a couple of days ago. Plum Street Paulette, she's got 3 new releases coming. I'm going to insert some photos so you can see those. The next animal stack is coming. It's called Cardinal Kin. Absolutely loving that. And I'm already getting people messaging saying, please reserve me a copy. So if you find that you need to have a copy of that and you are so inclined, message me. I'll add your name to the list and we'll send those out just as soon as they arrive. She's not shipping, I believe, until the week of the 25th. And the 2023 Book of Days, I'll insert a photo cover for that one, is going to be shipping, I think, this week. Mary Carr just arrived from Vicky at Needlework Press, and I know on my note in there it said, here's Mary Carr, Book of Days is next. So I've got a couple of hundred of them coming. Again, if you want to get on a list, give me, shout me out a message. You can do that either through my Hollis Hands Create Instagram or send me a message through my Etsy shop, and I'll add you to the Book of Days list as well. Let's see. Oh, one last thing. I am looking to add some things. Now we have some more space. So I am looking to add some more items, some kind of expand some things in the shop. And one of the things that I've never carried that I am going to start carrying are Mill Hill kits. And I'm just going to kind of start out slowly at first and see what the response is. Let me know if you love Mill Hill. I'm going to give one away. And if you love Mill Hill, be watching for the new editions. They've already been ordered. I'm hoping they'll be in the next day or so, and I'll get those right into the shop. But in the meantime, if you'd love to try, some your hand at some luck and getting one, I am going to be giving away this one. And it is obviously a kit, and it's called Sunflower Bouquet. Buttons and beads from the Autumn series, and it's really cute. So if you're interested in this one, let's use the word Mill Hill in your comment. Please don't use freebie, giveaway, free. You must be 18 because you're going to have to send me your address. So you must be at least 18 or over to enter into the contest. And good luck on that one. Canvas totes. And it's like a wide bottom. You can see it expands open. Wide bottom tote that happens to have one of my logos, front and back, double handle, super handy, really nice tote. And so I thought, I've got a couple of these extras, so I thought I'd give one away. So if you're interested in having one of these totes, just use the word tote in your comment. And good luck on that one. Same rules apply. I believe it's 50 minutes. I'd like to wrap this up. Today is game day. Woo! Go Chiefs. Big game today. Buffalo Bills. It's going to be a whopper. They've been advertising the garbage out of this game because of last year's AFC playoff game and our win in the last 13 seconds, which was kind of crazy. And so they've been advertising this one like nuts. So I'm going to be on pins and needles this afternoon. So I wanted to say again, thank you for hanging in with me, for waiting so long for another video. I promise that it won't be that long again. And I just hope everyone is doing really well and enjoying fall color. Fall color in this neighborhood, we just moved in, and the name of this neighborhood is Maple Park Place. So if that gives you any kind of a clue, we are located right along a large walking park, and it has a really nice small river, large creek, what do you want to call that, flows through, and maple trees galore. So the fall color is just beautiful, and I really love it. I mean, we kind of were hoping to get a house in this neighborhood just for the setting, and we got very lucky, and we did. We still have our other house for sale, so hopefully that will sell. As a matter of fact, it's open today, and got fingers and toes and all appendages crossed that it sells quickly. And anyway, that's what's going on in my world. Thank you for sharing a little bit with me, a little bit of your time with me, and take care and happy Sunday. Bye-bye.